What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Red and White, the Oak Grove High School Alumni Podcast. I'm going to bring my co-host, Emily, on here pretty quick. I think she's having some technical difficulties. So, Miss Cindy, if you don't mind, sit patiently and give us a minute here. We'll get you on. And Emily, your screen is on and it's dark, but you got no sound. So let's see what we can do to get her joined on. It might take just a minute. I'm on it. Yeah, it might take just a minute, but we'll get her rocking and rolling. And I'll have her just try her phone real quick. So if you're live watching, we appreciate you being here. And I would love to know, as we're getting Emily's sound issue figured out, what did you think about Brad's episode? So if you want to, just throw a comment below. If you're on X watching, I don't think you can do comments yet, which is unfortunate. But what are your thoughts about Brad's episode? I talked to Cindy just a few minutes ago, and we'll have some things to talk to Emily about. Maybe there's some memories that you might just be like me and say, oh, crud, I don't remember that situation. Because it tends to happen. Like we talked about, there's a lot of life between 1996 and 2025, nearly 30 years. Okay, there's Emily. She's on her phone. I'm going to add her. Can you hear me?
I can.
Woo! You did it.
Okay. I hear an echo though. How do I?
There should be like an echo cancellation. Let's see here. Let me edit your mic settings and see if that helps. All right, testing 1, 2.
I still got a little bit of the echo, but it's not bad, so we're good.
Okay, we'll give it a go. Maybe it'll get a little easier, but for now, we want to welcome everybody back to the Red and White Podcast. I am Quincy Moran, formerly known as the Q-Man, your host, and Miss Emily Grooms-Malden is my co-host. Welcome to our show. Emily, how you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We due to scheduling conflicts, we took the week off last week, so nice time. How did you were going on vacation, right?
You know what? I just figured out something. I can hear it on the screen and my earbuds. That might be where the issue is. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, give it a no. Go ahead and mute the screen or whatever's good for you. We're all right. Life is good. Yeah, it looks like you are muted. Let me try to unmute you there. And then I'm going to kick your other side from the studio. Kick the guest. All right. Go ahead and try and unmute your mic, and then we'll see how that works out. Still got you muted.
Okay, we're good now?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like and if the echo is getting you, you might be able to turn the volume. Well, maybe if you turn the volume down. Uh-oh, you're gone again. Okay, go ahead and try to unmute again. I think when you took the earbuds out or AirPods.
Are we good now?
Go. Yes.
Okay.
Is that good by you?
Yes.
Okay, life is good. So you were on vacation, right?
Quick little 48 hours to the mountains. So I really wouldn't call it a vacation, but
I got you. Y'all have a great time. How did the trip go?
We did. It was wonderful. I needed to get away for a minute, so it was good for me and my girl just to do our little girls trip.
That is wonderful. Well, I'm glad you had time. I'm glad we got your technical issues figured out. In next show, I'll help you before we go live. That was a bad part on the host there, because I think usually I get you some help with your audio. So my fault.
Well, no, it's actually ridiculous that I should have actually figured this out by now, and I even bought a new pair of earbuds to use, and for some reason the MacBook would not connect to them. So here we are.
Technology is always a good thing. Well, I've updated our intro for the show. So I'm going to play that for you now so you get an opportunity to see it, you and everybody else. I just added Brad in there, and then we will get our special guest on, Miss Cindy Eaton Carter, which is exciting. Vice President, the 1996 officers. What do we call it? Student government. Let's call it that. All right, check this out. I updated it. I hope you're proud of me. All right, there it is. So I'll continue to add our fellow classmates. I probably, if we get 50 deep, I probably won't be adding all 50 people, but at least the student council, you and myself as the host, and but we'll start the show with that next time. And so it's great. Glad to have you here. And we were talking before, Cindy and I. She hopped in the studio real quick, and we were talking about as this goes along, there may be memories that you guys remember, or somebody remembers that maybe we haven't thought about in so much time, that it sparks, a memory of something you might have forgot. And she was talking about, was the chemistry teacher you and Brad were talking about, Mr. Hart? Yeah. And see, I was like, in my mind, I said, I have no idea who that is. And then I figured it out when she reiterated that it was the chemistry teacher and possibly physics. Your boy didn't take those classes.
Oh, I was about to say, you have forgotten Stan the Man Hart.
Yeah. Well, academics is not my strong suit, so I actually didn't take those classes. So that's why I didn't remember, Coach Easterling I did remember, because I think that was like 9th grade science or something like that. So I was good there. But I did not advance beyond that particular science class.
I wouldn't have done great in those classes without Ralph and McCurley in them. I would not have.
Well, I guess we all need to know our limitations, but I thought that was pretty funny. But hey, why don't we go ahead and get into this episode? What do you think?
Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our vice president from class of 1996, Miss Cindy Eaton Carter. Let's get after it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Red and White Studio, Mrs. Cindy Eaton Carter.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
So good to see you. Glad you're here. We're looking forward to it. Thanks for hopping in there early. You're very punctual, which is awesome. I had no way to entertain you. So.
I was scared if I didn't get in there early, I would not figure out what was going on.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're not as big of a problem as me. Every single week I have audio issues or something.
You know what's crazy is my wife and I have been doing a marriage podcast for 7 years, and over time my equipment has gotten a little bit better. But I would tell you, as early as maybe 6 episodes ago, we were talking and everything just shut down. Nothing is different and things just shut down. And I don't know what to think about technology. So, You're never going to get a gripe out of me, Emily, if technology is giving you an issue. We'll just work through it. We good. We are in good shape.
It just always makes me feel really old because I think that I've got everything figured out. And the second we get on here, that's why when you said we're going to do about 10 minutes early, I was like, oh, thank God. And then when I couldn't get in, I panicked.
Well, the next time and from here on out, that 10 minutes in, I'll make sure that you're good. And then I'll go live. I just want to make sure that I go live with enough time because, the first episode with you and I, my buddy Kevin was trying to get on and it never came on. So I figure if I get 10 minutes or so to get the bugs worked out. So do you want to stick with the odd question, or did you go odd? Did I go odd or you go odd?
Hold on. Let's see. I can tell you.
Very good.
I think I was evens.
I think you were too. So we'll stick with that plan. Now, Cindy, you had a chance to watch Brad's episode. Anything stick out to you from there? I know we talked about Mr. Hart, but anything else there that you wanted to talk about before we get started with you?
No, I was just surprised. Like things you don't remember until someone brings it up, and then you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then sometimes they bring it up, and I still didn't remember, and I was like, who is that? Who were they talking about? And then you go back, you're like, okay, it makes you go back and think. I know what that is. But yeah, other than that.
Okay, cool. Well, let's start out with question number 1. What state do you live in now, and would the high school you be surprised about it? So
I am still in Alabama, and the high school me would not be surprised because I'm pretty routine. I currently live in Helena. The farthest I got was Shelby County. And then we're back. And that's as adventurous as I got. But no, I would not be surprised. I kind of have been here my whole life, and like Emily said, will probably be here my whole life. I don't foresee me getting adventurous and moving out of state anytime soon.
Oh, well, that's great. I think that is so wonderful for you guys. It's not the path I took, but kind of like Emily and I talked about before, as I go from place to place, because I work in various states for my profession, I get to talk to people like y'all that have been in the same place forever. And I'm just like, I love to hear the stories. And I'm so thankful for you guys that you're right where you want to be in the great state of Alabama, in the heart of Dixie. Roll Tide. And I don't really know what side of the line you fall on there. I did see some Mississippi State fans, like shirts. So where do you line up on that?
So we ring cowbells at our house. We had 2 girls go to Mississippi State, pretty much free ride. And so we decided at that point we would ring cowbells. So we're neither. If we had to, well, I don't want to say that because I know where y'all are.
No,
I get canceled before we get started.
Oh, no. No cancellation here.
You won't get it here. I just know in our first talk all together, I said something derogatory about Auburn, and your face winced a little bit, and I said, yeah. She must
we used to be Auburn fans, but then our kids, like I said, when they paid the tuition, we ring cowbells.
I need some more cowbell. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I got a daughter at Texas A&M, and I'll never root for them over Alabama, but man, I know what you mean. That's all I can say. All right, question number 2.
All right. Clearly, you just said you're married, but tell us how you met your spouse.
So we went to law school together, and so we had classes together, and we had noticed each other, but had never just formally, connected. And we had went through law school completely, and we were about to take the bar, and he would like to tell it that I approached him. But that's not the truth. He approached me, and did the whole, I think we have a mutual friend, and that's how it started. Yeah. Don't get his version. It is not remotely accurate.
Well, I would love to.
I'm so jealous, Quincy, a lawyer. I mean, impressive stuff, right?
That is impressive, and I think what's really cool is if you're both lawyers, I'd love to hear both of your arguments, and a jury of your peers decide what the deal is.
And funny enough, we're on opposite sides. So I'm a prosecuting attorney and he's a defense attorney. So we hear
Opposites attract.
opposites attract.
Oh, that is great. Well, good on you. I
Yeah.
cannot imagine. I did a career assessment, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, because I was wondering if I needed to make a pivot or not. And one of the things it said I would be great at is an attorney. And I was like, that's the worst $8 I ever spent in my life. Because you have to be astute academically to be an attorney, I would presume, because that is something else. But congrats to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's
road.
awesome.
So we know part of this answer. Do you have kids, pets, or some super cool collection we need to know about? So tell us, you got 2 daughters, huh?
So yes, actually I have 4 kids, 2 biological children and 2 bonus kids. So 2 girls, 2 boys. My children are obviously significantly older. So I have 30, 26, 23, and 22. So
Right.
30.
Yep.
There's
Four
I mean,
kids.
that's just insanity to even, I can't even wrap my head around that.
I know. I know. It's shocking when you say it, you're like, ooh, puts me on up there. But and pets, I have 2 bulldogs. We're English bulldog family. We ring cowbells. So and they went to Mississippi State. So we have bulldogs. One is 11 and one is 4. And let's see, I have a mini farm. So I have 4 goats and 9 chickens.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. What are the names of your dogs?
Bully and Maggie.
That's my
Bully
husband's
and
favorite
Maggie.
dog. He is so, like, he wants one so bad, but we just don't really
Well-
have the time to, like, you got to keep it in the house and all that stuff. We just really don't. But he is just, that is his favorite all-time dog.
They're great. They are. They shed though. You have to, man, they shed. You constantly sweep and vacuum and you find little white hairs everywhere. So they're a full-time job. Just the dogs.
I love the little underbites.
Their little teeth, it looks like rice.
I know, I love
just
it
like
so much.
That's great. Well, congratulations to you on your family. Yes, you do. I'll agree with Emily. You do not look old enough to have a child that's 30. So
I mean,
you're
it's
doing
kinda
something
wild,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good on you. All right, you're up.
All right, here we go. What song instantly takes you back to our high school days?
So I had a mixtape that, and it may have been a CD, but I'm pretty sure it was a tape. I'm just trying not to date myself. And I was like, what songs were on that? Because we played it all the time, like over and over and over. And Wonderwall by Oasis was a big, big one. Every time I hear that, I think of that. And then This Is How We Do It.
Oh, yeah.
Montel Jordan. Yeah.
Heck
So
yeah.
I can't hear those two. Yeah, I can't hear those songs. I was like, what was on that mixtape? And then our class song, was it Pink Floyd The Wall? Am I making
I
that
don't
up?
remember what it was.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it was. I think it was.
yeah, I think one of the only things I remember about some of that stuff is we were designing, I don't know if you guys remember this. We were designing the our shirt.
I was about to say, please don't talk about this shirt debacle thing.
And so I remember the shirt part, but as far as the song goes, I don't
Do
recall.
y'all remember the debacle about the shirt?
Well, you
Was
told
it-
me not to bring it up, so I hit pause. Yes, I do. Well, I'd be interested to know what you remember about the debacle. Did it involve?
They wanted
Chris?
a particular number on the back.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And Mr. Mize's head
96 on the
exploded.
front.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes. So that sounds like a high school riffraff to me, because it was yeah, I think Chris was leading the charge on that, and
Sure.
it got shot down.
Imagine that.
That's right. What a character. What a character. All right. Question number 5. What part of school felt like your home base, the place you always ended up?
So I had 2, because I did band for years and then I did sports. And so I would say primarily the band room was a great place. Like if you were in the band, now this was pre new band director. I had him for a year or two, but I had Mr. Armstrong a lot of years. And so the band room was a place we could go and hang out and just pretty much do anything, nothing, whatever, kind of anything went. So the band room, and then the field, softball fields, because I was a little bit of a tomboy, so I played lots of sports. So we hung out at the softball field a lot. So probably the band room and the softball field.
That is great. What remind me, because I don't remember, what was your position in softball, or what'd you like to play the most?
So I played shortstop, third, or pitcher, depending on, well, when we played fast pitch, I played pitcher, but then slow pitch, I played shortstop or third.
Right on. Yeah, I thought that was awesome that you sent over one of those pictures, and I remembered you being a cheerleader at least for a little while.
She was the jack of all the trades. She was doing all the things.
I did all the things. Yeah, I did.
That's great.
Tried a little bit of everything. Great. Kind of good at everything, not great at anything.
I walk in those shoes. Although I probably would disagree with you if we talked for any longer. But I'll go to the next question.
Okay. Did you have a secret talent or hobby in high school that no one knew about?
I had to think about this. The only thing I could come up with is my dad was an electrician, and he taught us, those skills like early on to help him with things. So I could probably rebuild an electric motor or wire your ceiling fan, and no one probably knew that.
Wow.
Pretty good talent to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I might have to use you at my house sometime.
Yeah. You need a ceiling fan installed, give me a call.
That is excellent.
That's kind of my husband trying to do it and crashing out over it.
Yeah. My dad had 2 sons and two daughters, kind of like me. But for some reason, I was the son he never had. Go figure.
That's
a
awesome.
Good thing to be.
Yeah. It came in handy over the years.
I definitely believe that. That's quite a talent or a skill to have. Yeah. So don't be surprised if people from the show just start reaching out. We know you're, an attorney, a prosecutor, but now we need some electrical
work
work
at my house. Come on.
That's right.
That's right. So let's look at this next question for you. I think I remember you being pretty trendy, so I'm interested to see what this is about. What was your go-to outfit or the fashion trend back in the day?
So it depends on when we're talking. I always had a bow. I don't know if you remember, everybody had
I
bows.
Remember this.
Bows were the thing for a little while. And then I had, my go-to outfit would have been a pair of Guess jeans and probably the Guess shirt with the stripes, the different colored stripes, horizontal stripes. And so my parents were old and thrifty, and so they wouldn't be like, oh, here's a plethora of clothes, because they're like, how much did that cost? No, you're getting. And so I remember friends, circles, we would swap clothes so we could all wear different clothes, and it looked like we had lots of them, but we didn't. But we pulled it off.
Yeah, that's pretty creative. I guess that's a really cool way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of daughters now, and one of them was gone camping with her boyfriend and his family this weekend, and then my daughter at A&M came up to visit. And so I was on the way to church today. I was sending the daughter that was camping a video, and apparently she was wearing her sister's shirt. May or may not have had permission, but she did want her to know that she looked gorge in the shirt. And a couple of my daughters are fashionistas, so they did not get it from me. I'll just let you know that. All right.
What was your favorite subject, and did it influence your career?
So my favorite subject would have been science. And speaking of science, Miss Jones. Do y'all remember?
Oh,
Ms.
yes.
Jones?
Virginia.
Do you remember?
I thought I must be thinking of our English teacher. Maybe I don't remember. I have to remember Miss Jones.
Miss Jones's room was right there across from, was it the library?
Library.
Right directly across from there. She's very soft-spoken.
Okay, this is not the Miss Jones I'm thinking of, so I will have to.
We dissected in there.
Yes, I do. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she was great. She was really sweet. So I love science and Coach Easterling. And I'm struggling with Mr. Hart. I told Quincy, I was like, I remember him, but I don't remember him. But then as we talked, it came to me. But yeah, science was my favorite subject, and I don't really use it a lot in what I do though. And so didn't really, well, let me say this. I had a different career for 20 years. And so I guess it would have influenced that career. I was in dentistry before I went to law school. And so I guess it did influence that career. I was a dental hygienist for 22 years, and then went to law school and did a complete career change. So.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Stop everything. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me, you just told me, but I have to recap this real quick. Mm-hmm. At 20 years into your career, you made a pivot and you went into law school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not asking for it, but I was very impressed that you went to law school in the first place. But to know that you did a pivot 20 years in, kudos to you. That is that's a very brave thing.
In my 30s.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, obviously I had a child early, and so I had to do a career that I could get through and make money. And so I did dental hygiene, and I always wanted to be an attorney, but I just didn't have the opportunities straight out the gate. And so once I got my kids raised and older, where, you can leave them alone and they can feed themselves, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and do this. And so that's what we did.
Awesome.
Wow. Good on you. Congratulations.
I wish I could pivot and find me something to do.
You can, girl, you can do it.
All my hopes and dreams cost too much money. So
I think I would have to say that I won't say this in a bad way because it's not bad. I think you underestimate how great you truly are, Emily. I just want to tell you that, not to get too deep into it, but I would have to believe that there's nothing you can't do. I mean,
good grief.
No. I mean it. I'm not blowing smoke. Whether it's entertainment or whatever, you can definitely do it because look, it's not law school, but since we're here, I'll talk about it. For the company that I work for now, this is my 26th year in February that I'll be with them. And, I did a short amount of time in sales, and then I went into the operations side where I was very comfortable. And then I had the bright idea that I might want to go back into sales, and I was scared to death. I was scared to fail because I didn't know if I was good enough to do it or not. Mm-hmm. And so I really had to search my soul, and I also had to ask God, hey, God, what do you want me to do? Where can I go make an impact? And so he helped me kind of reframe it. So I did go back into sales, and it challenged me to my core. But it has been the best thing as far as a career goes that I could have imagined. It's actually gone better than I imagined. And so I want to encourage you to let you know that if there's something you want to tackle, I know we haven't spent time together for 30 years, but girl, you have got what it takes to go get it. So don't underestimate yourself. And that is a public service announcement by Q-Man.
Well, and you made a good point because it definitely wasn't easy, but I think you said it. If you let God lead the way, and he makes a way when you're like, man, how am I going to do this? How am I going to, if you listen and you're obedient, he makes a way, and you can do it. Anything.
You can. And so I encourage you for that. And just one more small note on that. And I'm not lecturing you. So and I apologize if I overstepped. One of my daughters had, several brain surgeries because she was born early. She has shunts, and she spent a lot of time in the hospital. And so she felt like in her core, she's like, I know what it feels like to be a kid and to be in the hospital. I have to be a nurse. And so she was on track in college, and she was struggling and just came to the point where she was like, I don't want to be a nurse, but she was afraid to admit it out loud. And so she came to me and she was talking like, hey, maybe I'm going to take a gap year. I'm going to take time out of college, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I prayed with her. I encouraged her. She talked to one of my nieces that's a nurse. And she was afraid to tell us for some reason that she is actually she's gonna pivot after her associate's degree, and she's gonna go and go to screenwriting school to be a screenwriter for entertainment. And I told my wife, Jeannie, after we talked to her and I celebrated with her, I was like, I cannot think of a better career for that girl than that because of her wit, her humor, etc. So, yeah. Thanks for being vulnerable on the program. That was cool. Hopefully you're not upset with me, but if you are, I will take the beating.
You can fuss at him later.
All righty, dear. Question number 9. It's up to you.
Oh wait, I'm evens, right?
You are evens. Did I go to the wrong one? Or no? Oh, actually, yes. It's my turn. Forgive me. If you could go back and give your high school self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Man, there's a lot. Clearly, slow down would probably be my takeaway. Is like, you don't have to do everything all at once. Be a kid. Like, live your life as a kid. There's no need to grow up so fast. Sometimes you feel like your family and surroundings that you're forced to make adult decisions, but oftentimes you're not. You just misread the situation. But just slow down and enjoy the moment, because it was some of the greatest years, of your life, and while you're living them, you don't realize that they are.
I say
you
all
don't
the
have
time,
bills.
Yeah, I tell kids all the time, I'm like, I want to go back to high school like tomorrow. What are y'all talking about? You're insane.
Mhm. Yeah. No bills, no real worries. I mean, you have your worries that are worries to you, but yeah, and you just want, when you're there, you just want out so bad. You just want to be so grown, and it's just bad advice. So if my adult me could tell my youthful me, hey, simmer down. Like, you can be grown. You have the rest of your life to be grown. Yeah. Pump the brakes.
No doubt. I think that's a great piece of advice, and I would love to have said that I'd go tell myself that. And man, I had such a hard head. I guess one of the best teachers in the world, in the existence of life, is experience. And so, as you get older and get better, you can share that with your kids, and hopefully they'll listen a little bit, and so on and so forth. But I think that's a great piece of advice. All right. This year, or today, 10 is an even number, so it is back to you this time.
All right. What kind of car did you drive to school? I can't remember this.
Okay. So I was very fortunate. My first car, I know it was older, like it was like 10 years old, but my dad had bought me a Nissan 300Z. And I was like, this is the coolest car ever. Now, like I said, it was old, but it was cool to me. And I had it maybe from December to February, and I totaled it. And so, as punishment, I got, and this is probably what y'all remember, a hatchback Honda Accord. It was blue. So I went from,
I'm trying
it was
to think
really
back
cool,
if I do
like really
remember
cool
it.
car, to really like,
A very efficient car. What color was that 300Z?
Silver, black, and gold.
Okay.
I may remember that a little bit.
It didn't last long.
I was thinking white for some reason, but I seem to have a memory of that.
A white.
Okay.
I remember someone else said a white. Yeah, I really
All
blew
right. Well, that you got great gas mileage on the next car.
Yeah, my hatchback Honda Accord.
It's probably still running out there somewhere.
All right. It's somebody's work
Probably
car.
is.
They're driving to work or something.
Yeah.
All right. Number 11. What was your favorite lunch from the world's greatest high school cafeteria?
Okay, so I'm a foodie. I ate everything that doesn't eat me. And so this was a no-brainer. It was hamburger steak with gravy, mashed potatoes where you could like load your plate, corn, and then they had those peanut butter Rice Krispie treats. That was it. And then when you got old enough to serve yourself in the middle line, you could just like when you had to go
I
through
wish I had that
the
exact
kitty
meal
line. I know.
right now.
Mhm.
That's right.
And they had,
Oh,
like
man.
in your episodes, you're like, their food was the best. It really was. Like, there were some grandmas cooking it up in there in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I eat school lunches now, and like I'm gonna just tell y'all,
Oh, disappointment.
it's just bad, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Even
It's
even the good lunches when you're like, welcome to Parents' Day or whatever, and you go, it's like fake ham and I don't know, waxy green beans. It's awful.
It's real. It's like they use these new. It's like a steamer to cook everything in, like so nothing is fried. They put
No
it in like
grease.
it has like these shelves that so like tater tots and things. They're not crunchy. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I don't ever eat in there. I just look at food and I'm just like,
that
No
is not
thanks.
good. That's not good.
And they don't get a lot of food either. Like when you're talking about how we used to pile it up, yeah, they don't get very much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how long, the Oak Grove High School cafeteria was great. I'm just thankful that I had some time to be a part of it because man, it was like nothing else. Nothing else. From California to Alabama, hands down, the greatest.
And
all right.
I heard about the hot sauce, and what did Brad say? Pizza. You could also go back to the back if you knew, like Miss Ann, and they would do you grilled cheese back there in the back, grilled ham and
Woo!
cheese. So
Good looking out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love it. All right, up to you, Emily.
All right, what character would you be on Friends?
So while I was in the green room, I told Quincy, I was like, ugh, I'm one of those people who didn't watch Friends a lot. Every now and then, like I knew Phoebe was a ditz and I knew Smelly Cat, just like certain things I knew, but and Joey was like a player and Ross was a vet, I believe. Is that right? A veterinarian? Or
he
no,
was a paleontologist.
Paleontologist. Okay, I was like something with animals. Okay, so I had no idea. So I had to ask like my family, my husband. I was like, they're gonna ask me this question, what character would you be on Friends? I was like, I have no idea. And he was like, Monica. And I was
absolutely.
Like, and so I was like, what does that mean? I was like, that's Courtney Cox, right? And he said, yeah. And he's like, well, she was an overachiever. She was a clean freak. She was obsessive, compulsive. I was like, okay, yeah, you got me.
Hello, Monica.
So I don't know if you all agree, but Monica, apparently it is.
I would have loved to have said I was Rachel, but no, I'm sorry, I'm just not.
the beautiful one. Why couldn't he have said that?
Oh gosh, you guys are hilarious.
Yeah,
that is that's good stuff. Yeah, well, I don't remember what Chandler was. I just remember that he consistently at work got a lot of butt slaps. But I don't remember what his profession was.
Sarcasm. He worked maybe like in advertising or something, but he was just, he was the one-liner guy. Just
yeah, he was the fun-loving one-liner dude, and just funny. And one of my favorite movies, believe it or not, Fools Rush In. He was in that movie.
It's wonderful.
Such a good movie.
I like it too.
All right. So, what was your funniest memory in high school, if you have one?
So I have two, of course. Like I was trying to decide and I couldn't narrow it down. So I don't know how many of you guys took driver's ed with Coach Ashcraft. Did you? Oh, everybody. So he would take us on drives as a group to his river house. Did you guys do that?
Nope.
Did y'all go?
I got to go to McDonald's.
Okay. So he would take us to his river house, and then I think he would go inside and have a good time while we all waited, and then he couldn't drive us back, so we had to drive back. So that was pretty funny because you're like, you knew what he was in there doing. Such a great guy, like one of my favorites, but he was having a good time, during school, and so we would drive him back. So that would be one funny memory. We get tickled at having to know, we're like, well, somebody's got to drive back. And second would be, and I hope she remembers this if she comes on, Amy Johnston. Did y'all say she's coming? She's going to be? Okay.
Yes.
AJ. So she and I were like inseparable for years, and she lived at Buddy Vine's camp. And so we had this thing that we did sometimes, and I'm going to admit it, and even though I'm a prosecutor and in law enforcement, it's the statute has passed. So we would go what we called geegawing. Do y'all know what that is?
No, ma'am.
Probably not, because we made it up. So geegawing is where you get in a car, you and some friends. I think there was other people with us, but specifically she and I. And you would pull up to someone's house, and when they had these cement statues in their yard, like bulldogs or gnomes, you know, the little gnomes, and so or rabbits and fountains, and we stole them. Like we would see who could get the best statue, like, and you would do it in the cover of night, so you're like praying you don't get caught, and so you pull up and like go, and everybody gets out and grabs it, and you know, and you bring it back to the car, and then the next day, like when it's daylight, everybody compares what geegaw you got and who got the best. And so we had my mom's yard was full concrete statues. Yeah, so that was probably one of the funniest things. We almost got caught, you know, a few times, but and I'm sorry if you're out there listening and your parents' statues were stolen. It was us. But that was probably one of the funniest things we did. It was undercover. You know, you think you're getting away with stuff.
Oh my gosh, man. That is,
I'm guilty. But we didn't think of it that way at the time. We're like, oh, see who can get the coolest geegaw. Yeah.
that is really funny. I just have to say that is so mischievous, and I never ever knew anything about it. So that is,
I never heard of it either.
That is, that's great. Well,
so we must have been good at it.
You were good at it. I think, you know, just with the Coach Ashcraft deal, when we were in that weird trailer, you know, doing our driver's ed
in the little fake car. Yeah. The simulator with the little, fake car.
The little half a car, whatever it was. What would crack me up and also choke me at the same time was all the air freshener that he would spray in there. I don't know if he had a gas problem or what, but man, it was thick in there just trying to breathe. So that was pretty funny. Okay. Question number 14.
Which teacher or teachers made a positive impact on your life and how?
So I would say Mr. Armstrong made a huge impact. We loved music, and we did it for years in the band. And then after he was my band director, he was my softball coach. I don't know if many people remember that. So he did coach softball for a couple years, and he was just a great person, a real person. Like you could go to him with a problem, or, you know, and he would give you like not the politically correct teacher answer. He would give you here's the real deal, the real world answer. And so he was probably one person who had an impact on my life. And then Mr. Mize, I would say, government, economics. He taught us a lot. He registered us to vote. You know, some of the civic things that maybe your parents didn't teach or, you know, didn't do. He was, and a class act, like just what you saw is what you got, and he was the real deal. So that would probably be my two people. And speaking of Mr. Mize, I saw him in the Bright Star probably 2 weeks ago, but I didn't ask.
Oh,
yeah. So he was there. I saw Rick Mize and Liz and him. He was there. So still around.
That is so good. I'll defer to you if you have any comments there first, Emily.
Talking about Mr. Mize, though, I guess what I can always remember about him is it's like he was just this even-keeled guy. Like he never really got upset about anything. I don't know. He just had this cool little aura about him. He was a great teacher.
Yeah, I agree. And I think not only did he like register us to vote, I think he also taught, at least my class, he taught how to fill out a check, like how to officially write a check, which I thought was awesome. And then there was a test I didn't study for, and so he was kind enough. What I did was I drew. I was sort of artistic, so I drew a piece of paper floating down the side of the test and exploding on my grade and wrecking it. And I think he gave me like 10 points or something for that. So thank you, Mr. Mize, for giving me 10 points or 5 points for creativity on a test. But I think we also had to like go out in the hallway and say
I was
like
about
all
to
the
say,
presidents or something.
I can remember when we did this. He would actually give the opportunity sometimes. I don't know if you guys remember this, to pick one student, and if like the one student got 100, everybody did.
Oh,
So
really?
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
maybe.
So like if we were saying like the preamble or something like that, of course everybody's gonna pick me to go out in the hall. So like I just remember thinking like, sweating to death, like I got to do this so we can all get 100. But I do remember doing that.
That is awesome. What a memory. We were blessed people to be at that school, and man, it was awesome. Well, we are out of questions, so that is it. Any other thoughts you want to share? I think it was a great episode.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just glad you guys asked. I can't believe it's been 30 years. I look, forward to. I've watched the past episodes, and I just look forward to seeing who's going to be on here and kind of catching up, because it's been so long, been a long time, and some people you see they come, they go, and you're not sure where they are, what they're doing, and so this is a way to catch up with everybody. So I appreciate you guys for asking me.
Yeah, thank you so much for being willing to be on the program. And I'm having a great time, and I'm sure Emily is too. Just getting to know where everybody is in life right now, like you say, it's really neat. And so what I'm thinking that once Linda's episode is done, and just thinking out loud here, I don't know what you guys think about it. We should maybe get all of us back on, for one final hoorah, maybe to wrap out the season. I can pick a date, but for us to all get on and, share some more memories, maybe some things came up, and, I think it would be a lot of fun, because I had fun on our initial call with all of us on there. So maybe we can do that. And then I'll talk to you, Emily, about when we start loading some teachers onto the program, and
Okay.
And who that might be. And it will be great to have Amy on. And then I think we have a few others. Would you say Terry Ann?
And Marcel.
And Marcel. Yep. That'll be great. And then I'll start taking some volunteers for the next season to see who comes along. And people are out there. They want to hop on and talk about, where they are and what's going on with Oak Grove. So I'm looking forward to it.
Cindy, I'm proud of you. You sound like you got a good life.
Thank you. I do. I'm very blessed. Yeah, very blessed.
Me too.
Good. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
glad you guys all seem like you're doing good. So I feel like we're all in a good place.
We are. And Emily still is the reigning champion for one of the most entertaining people on Facebook. I just don't see anybody taking you down. I don't. It's so good. And then you have obviously, you and the Craig, as you refer to him, have obviously raised a wonderful daughter, who is, even today, as you were talking about on Facebook, helping you with your dad, which
She's good
that
stuff.
is, yeah. And it is a blessing. So, all right, everybody. Cindy, any final words?
Just, I look forward to what's next.
All right. Very good. Well, it's great to have you. Well, sis, we did another one.
We did.
And as it goes, we're just learning more and more. My first thought when she told me about that her husband had to pick the character, I was like, I bet it's Monica. And it worked out that way. And so I thought that was pretty funny. And I'll be interested to see who Linda qualifies
I'm super
herself
excited
as.
for her episode. She's nuts. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I was just thinking about it now. Like when I brought Cindy on, and then we talked to Brad. I'm like, I bet we should get all of us on a show together and just wrap the first season and talk about memories. And so, yeah, I think it'll be great. Well, any final words for you before we dip out on this Sunday night?
Not nothing I can think of. World of sports is kind of, well, I would say it was kind of boring, but there's been some firings and
yes.
your Dodgers apparently have
won the World Series again, which is pretty awesome.
I watched a little. I saw the last play or whatever. The dude should have, they said, slid head first, but
it was really weird because both the Dodgers and the Blue Jays had bases loaded, I think, with one out, and you're like, okay, it's gone. And the next thing you know, they're going into extra innings, and man, just the Dodgers are a team you just cannot count out, and that Blue Jays team was great. And then the whole debacle with YouTube TV and Disney. It's good that it happened. Me and Josh have YouTube TV. It's good that it happened on a bye week for Alabama, so that's good news. But then we now have a number of teams that we're going to play in the future, Alabama, with no head coach. So hopefully
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll see.
I'm concerned because to me it feels like trap games. So hopefully,
well, it feels like whole new teams. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. So, well. We will be hosting LSU this week, so let's see where it goes. But things are looking up for the Tide, 7 straight wins. So we'll see how that goes.
Good times.
All righty, sis. Thanks again for being here. Great show. For Emily, I'm Quincy, and this right here is the Red and White, the alumni podcast for Oak Grove High School. Let's get after it.